Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another video on this channel. I most likely won't be saying welcome to another Echoes Mana video for very much longer because, well, actually I haven't made much lately, but I wanted to hold off on making this video as much as possible, but I think now is the time to make it. Even though this is kind of old news, relatively, Echoes Mana is in the end of service announcement phase. The game is still going on for a little bit longer, but it's going to be ending very soon. I liked the game. I haven't played it very much lately just because I've got some other games I'm playing and I'm just, I got a life I'm busy with. So, yeah, I was a beta tester. I played the beta. Thought the game was good. Wanted to cover it. But I already saw the trends. I knew it wasn't going to last very long, but I didn't think it was going to be this short. So let's go ahead and look at what's going on here, guys. Thankfully, we'll put up the right screen, so you can't miss it. If you go to their Twitter account, they have it pinned as the comments, so you can just go for yourself if you'd like to see it for yourself. Notice end of app service. Echoes Mana will end service on May 15th. I thought it was April, but it's actually it's actually not ending that soon, at least. So May 15th, and for more details, we'll be clicking on that very soon. But let's look at some of these comments here very quickly. Why not have it as a story-based game? That's a pretty good option. I mean, a lot of people want offline things, but basically with how offline things work is someone else has to do it because they're not going to do it. So someone else, like, for example, Dokkan Battle has an offline version, private server currently right now. I don't know if that's legal or not because currently the game is still running, but they have an offline version, so someone else has to do it. If you guys want an offline version of Echoes Mana, you guys have to track down someone who can do that. Who can, parse the APK and get an offline version where you don't require any kind of internet service provider or any kind of anything like that in order to get that going. So that's too bad and not surprising though. Like I said, yeah, it wasn't very surprising. I did have a very good time playing Echoes Mana though. Like I said, I was a beta tester. Anyways, let's get into the main announcement here. Thank you for playing Echoes Mana. We regret to announce we have made the difficult decision. It probably wasn't very difficult to discontinue, because this is Square Enix we're talking about here. They do. If you're unfamiliar, this is your first Square Enix game, that's a mobile game, Square Enix shuts things down like at the drop of a hat. Oh, it's not making a little bit, making us more greedy and more money and everything this month. Oh, we'll just shut it down. Let's start another one. That's kind of how things go, and honestly, that's kind of how things go in every other sector as well, for every other company. But Square Enix is notorious for shutting things down willy-nilly, which makes a lot of other games that they cover, Final Fantasy Brave Extras, for example, they're kind of lucky that they haven't shut them down yet. I guess they're still making enough to make them worthwhile, right? So, quote-unquote difficult decision to discontinue the Echoes Mana app service as of that date on May 15th. From the Echoes Mana production team, we apologize for the abrupt announcement, but we are sincerely grateful for the support we've received from players. I wish this was, on their Twitter account instead of on this, because it just doesn't seem as genuine, in my opinion. Since Echoes Mana launched on April 27th, 2022, we're in the year 2023 now, so it's only going to last a year. Technically, it will last a whole year, and some change. We have strived to provide an incredible, enjoyable gaming experience for our players every day that could exceed the day before. However, we've come to the conclusion that it will be difficult to continue giving us money. We're not given enough money to continue maintaining the app experience, and therefore to end the app's service. As we approach the end of the app service, please be aware of the following. And the announcement, of course, was last month, but I was a little slow on that. But yep. And you won't be able to buy crystals anymore. Actually, yeah, you won't be able to buy crystals at all now, looks like. And then, of course, May 15th is the end. Our remaining time together may be short, but we hope to see you in Echoes of Mana still as we continue to bring exciting content and updates you're sure to enjoy. Okay, so it's very sad. I will say though, at least there's no. I don't think they make very similar to, not similar to the other game that I covered that was also end of service, where they made basically a begging tweet saying, "Hell, you know, Record Keeper shutting down, but hey, you know, this other game over here on this side is, you know, you could come over here and play as well." Like, I don't think they did that at least. I'd have to scroll down quite a bit because, you know, but I don't believe that they did any kind of begging tweets, which is that's admirable at least. I'll say that's pretty admirable. I think that I think that it was supposed to be around here, right? Yeah. So there was some things going on up till here. It looks like they're still gonna do stuff up until May, but just it is what it is. At that after May, it's gone. And if there's no one out there who can code and can get the APK and parse it and put it together as an offline mode, then this game's gone forever. That's kind of how things go in the mobile market, guys. If this is your first mobile game and you don't know about anything else, this is kind of how things go. If this doesn't make enough money, not enough people playing, then it's shut down. And despite what people may think about F2P, you know, people hating on F2P, they are definitely necessary in order to make the game flourish, because I'm just gonna come out and say it. I mean, if there's no F2P, then there's no whales to show off to. Like, whales don't care about showing off to other whales. They'll just shrug their shoulders and say, "Oh, I'll get something better next week" or something, you know? So, really, whales need to show off to F2P, so F2P needs to stay around. If F2P starts leaving the game, then whales are just competing with each other in some way. Like, there is a competition in this game. The whales are just competing with each other, and they just start giving up. Like, oh, I don't care anymore. There's no easy opponents. No offense to free-to-play players. I mean, kind of technically, it is an easier opponent and stuff like that, you know. So, yeah, it's just kind of how this game. That's how this mobile market works. Unfortunately, so I'm assuming that a lot of people just started leaving. I was noticing already in their Twitter account, like in the first few weeks, even after this game launched, people were getting kind of sick of it. They did eventually, like, they were one of the fastest gaming companies I've seen, or games I've seen that started, you know, they weren't dragging their feet. They weren't, you know, resting their laurels of the good graces of people that are playing their game. They were like, oh, gotta get some updates going right away. So they did a giant amount of updates. Like, it was a lot of updates. So I gotta commend them for that, but it looks like it wasn't enough. So rest in peace, Echoes of Mana, in a few months. Sad to say. Just gotta go, I guess. Hopefully they'll make just a Mana game, just on a standalone Mana game now, just on a console instead of a mobile game, because I think that's what most people wanted anyways. Because that's what I was reading when this game was in launch mode, on the first day even, and the second day, and, you know, stuff like that. People were saying, we just want you know, a new Mana game on a console, or, you know, PC, something like that, you know. Like a standalone Mana game instead of this instead. So that's kind of what people were saying. And I'm sure people want that now, of course. So with that being said, guys, thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate you watching. Very sad, but I always try to keep in mind and seeing what games that I know of that are going to be closing down. So in case you were not even aware at all, now you'll be more informed. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it. See you guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.